Hi everyone, it's Lori with Behavior Education at Spirit Keeper Animal Sanctuary. We are going to flash back in time to some snakes' very first target training sessions because I often get asked, when should I start target training my snake? And my answer is when you feed them their first meal with you or their first meal ever. And I also get asked, when should that first meal be offered after the snake has arrived in your home? I usually offer a first meal when the snake is still in quarantine, sometimes even within the first 12 to 24 hours that they've arrived, depending on their behavior. And remember that it doesn't matter if they eat the food or not. It matters that they're interacting with the food and the target and starting to learn right away that whenever they see that target, food is involved. So you notice here that I had the target paired with the food reinforcer as I was opening the quarantine tub. And the snake's not acting fearful of it. The snake's investigating it. So I don't care if he actually eats this fuzzy or not. I just care that he is learning there are resources available in his new home. He is starting to associate me and the target with something that's beneficial, food. So what I will often do is leave it in there paired with the target if they don't take it right away off tongs. And then I come back later and it's okay if they haven't eaten the food. They were able to interact with it. They were able to interact with the target. And I feel like it's a win if the snake is still out and active and not hiding and acting fearful. And then I will just try again in a few days, or I'll just judge the snake's behavior and sometimes try it the very next night, or sometimes I'll wait a week or two, depending on the type of snake, how old they are, and how they're behaving as to when I offer the food again or not. But the biggest thing is they are learning that resources are available in their new home, and they are starting to learn to associate that with the target. Now, on this snake's first session, I kept the target outside the glass because it was cramped quarters inside the glass. So the food doesn't literally have to touch the target. The snake just has to see that target every time they're fed to start associating the target with food. It doesn't matter at first if the target and the food are paired very close together and are right in front of the snake's face, or if you're just holding the target outside of the enclosure and they can see it when you're offering the food, or just if you're holding the target every single time you feed them, they will start to associate the target with something that's always present when resources are available, in this case, food. So please understand that if you have a snake that seems a little bit fearful of the target at first, you can keep it further away from them. Or if you have very cramped quarters when you're first training the snake, which oftentimes you will if they're in quarantine, or they've arrived in their own enclosure, which might be too small for them and you haven't moved them into a larger one yet. As long as they are seeing the target at the same time the food is offered, you are still teaching them something. They are still starting to learn, oh, every time that target's here, food is also here. And then you can start working up to pairing the food and the target closer and closer together, pairing it closer together, nearer and nearer the snake, until we are in our normal target training mode where we are offering the food paired with the target. The snake approaches it, takes it off tongs, and then we work up from there, unpairing the food from the target if we plan to teach the snake that the target means they have an opportunity to earn reinforcement contingent upon doing some other behavior first. So just remember that you can train if the snake is eating with their very first meal, and it doesn't hurt to offer food when they first arrive. Even if they don't eat it, they're learning resources are available and they're learning to associate it with that target. Everybody, thanks for learning tonight. And please remember to always be kind and love your animals.